Hello, and welcome back to Doomed. Not-so-solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game, with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. Today, Father Mateo and Sister Mary perhaps reach the end of their story in the Endtimes? But that's odd, that's two names I just mentioned. Which means, of course, that there must be more than one investigator playing today. That's right, today I am joined by the Crosshare.
Brains. Hello.
Oh God, I had to turn down my speakers. Horrible.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, excellent. That's it. Weirdness, exactly. We only do the most endingness of Endtimes here. We hunt for brains, and we sometimes even find them.
We certainly don't have them, so...
Well, why would you need brains if you already have brains? Hello, one and all. Welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you all with us here. I see Flower, Cthulhu, Requiem, Weirdness, and of course, we're joined by the Crosshair. This is going to be Brains Alili. Oh, boy. It's been a long, winding road across, not the whole world, but certainly parts of it, which is pretty cool, I think.
At least half.
Yeah, at least half of the world has been traveled, and Father Mateo and Sister Mary's journey has taken them far and wide to connect various dots that will lead them here, back to the Church of St. Hubert, to see what is coming for them next. Look, like, there's all sorts of intro we could do. We could talk about this forever. As always, of course, this is a playthrough of Arkham Horror, the card game, that's focused more on roleplay and storytelling and just, like, you know, having a good time telling stories together, regardless of wins, losses, strategy, etc. But if you do have questions about, hey, what is this card game? That looks pretty sweet. What the hell are you doing with those chaos tokens? Just let us know and ask. I'm very happy to answer questions. How many of you? 80 days do you have left again? Say again, Crosser?
I'm not happy to answer questions. I'll leave it to you.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes, if I said I won't volunteer you for the task, but I would. There is generally happiness to answer questions. How's that?
Yeah.
Or about our characters' motivations. You know, those are things to answer as well. I think. Tell me.
Yeah, mainly it's about solving this dreamlike undead ghoul thing that's been going on in Arkham.
Exactly. When Father Mateo's childhood home burned down, or rather was burned down, to stop the rise of these strange ghoul-like creatures, it set Father Mateo and Sister Bloody Mary on a journey that would take them halfway across the globe, where they would meet some unusual allies. Olive McBride, now unfortunately deceased, R.I.P. Olive. Nephthys, the Huntress of Bast from Egypt. What else do I want to say here? Yeah, they were trying to, like you say, Crosshair, come to terms with what was causing these strange ghoul-like creatures. Where were they coming from? Connected them to a blood ritual, to a brotherhood of a strange sleeping sickness, to the Dreamlands, even. And most recently, Father Mateo and Sister Mary managed to retrieve the Silver Key, which is one of the ways to enter the Dreamlands without going to sleep. This is, of course, the Dreamlands being an H.P. Lovecraft, or Lovecraftian invention of a dimension that exists, literally, but you can only travel there in your dreams. It is Mateo and Mary's, I guess, opinion or theory that the Brotherhood and this strange blood cult across the world are attempting to bring people back from the dreaming side. But of course, they would still be asleep. Husks, if you will, mindless creatures. And to use those things to do their bidding.
One could call them zombies, perhaps.
We could call them zombies. I think we could if we wanted to. I need to respond. Requiem. Card exist. Card bring joy. Card bring sadness. Why is card? Card is life. I also have to ask Flower. I don't remember a moon base, but that might just be me.
It's mostly about me and a moon base, and me and Mary, and I think it got jumbled up a bit, but...
What? Oh, Cthulhu. You know. Oh, you know.
Side.
You know what kind it is. God. Ridiculous.
It happens on the dark side of the moon, but...
Oh, my goodness.
But yeah.
Welcome.
Blood cult.
Oh, yes.
Blood cult in Arkham, a dream cult in Egypt, all connected, bringing ancient Egyptian gods, and now bringing people back. Or rather, bringing people back and leaving their eternal soul in the dreaming.
And bringing their bodies back to essentially serve their nefarious bidding, whatever that is. Welcome, one and all, and I hope you'll welcome Father Mateo and Sister Mary as well to the fan-created scenario that you see in front of you called The Undying. We, of course, will read our introduction. We'll get a sense of the agenda, the act, what we're dealing with, what we're trying to do, get a sense of the layout of where we are, and then I think we're just gonna dive in, because I want to see what this is all about as they return to the Church of St. Hubert to see if they can stop this thing once and for all.
They've been retelling the stories how they got here, and now finally they are here.
Exactly. We have made it back to the present moment. We've also got Ranty Hedgehog in the chat. Ranty, hello. Welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you with us. I am joined today by, as you can hear, the Crosshair.
Hello.
Hello. Not even the mythos can kill these two. Well, let's not push our luck too much, Cthulhu. I have a feeling that might... yoy. Crosshair, would you like me to start with the introduction or the special rules for this scenario?
Let's go with the rules first and then get into the story.
Perfect. So, there are a few new keywords, some of which I'm not familiar with because they're for this scenario, and some of which I am. I'll go in order. Some enemies have the Undying keyword, which sounds awful, unsurprisingly. When an enemy with the Undying keyword would be defeated, if it has fewer than X resource tokens on it, Undying X, so Undying 2 or 3 or whatever. So if it has fewer than X resources on it, disengage it from each investigator, exhaust it, remove all damage from it, and place a resource token on it. So, an enemy with Undying 1, you'd kill it once, it would disengage, exhaust, have all damage removed, but it would gain a resource, and then you could kill it the next time. Undying enemies also have the Blessed weakness. If a Bless token is revealed during an attack against an Undying enemy, immediately add 1 resource token to it. That feels like it's going to be a big part of what we've been driving towards with Mary and Mateo here. Feels like it anyway. Well, so Flower, yeah, the framing device of it being a recollection, as Crosshair says, is over. We've now reached the present day. The recollections have ended as they sit, perhaps in the Church of St. Hubert, preparing themselves for what is to come. A couple more rules or keywords. Again, I'm going to be referring back to these because I don't recognize them, but that's okay. Shambler. An enemy with the Shambler keyword does not automatically engage an investigator that is already engaged with an enemy. So that's definitely good news. So Shamblers will not engage someone if they already have an enemy on them, because they're shambling. Haunted. This keyword is from the Circle Undone. Haunted is an ability that appears on locations. Each time an investigator fails a skill test while investigating that location, after applying all the results for that test, they also have to resolve the haunted ability on that location. So haunted is kind of like retaliate or alert, but it's for investigations, and then something spooky happens. Basically, you're playing Phasmophobia or Demonologist, and then something bad happens. And there we have it. Yeah, it's a good question, Cthulhu. If I read that again, it just says, if a blessed token is revealed during an attack against an undying enemy, immediately add 1 resource token to it.
Yeah, it happens when the blessed token is revealed, and then we reveal more tokens.
Yeah, it doesn't, it's like, I would have preferred for it to say, for each, right? Like, that would be nice. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But it does say that if a blessed token is revealed, immediately add 1 resource. So I think it's connected to the revelation of a blessed token,
as opposed to checking after the fact.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are our new keywords, which we'll of course keep close to us here. The setup is mostly done. Things have been put together. A bunch of stuff has been set aside, which I really don't want to look at. 2 hidden trails have been put into play. They were randomly selected, and they were connected to the Waystone and the church. The villagers have been put into play at specific places. I'll go and look at that momentarily. And it also says each investigator begins play at any village location of their choice. So this would be a good time, I think, to take a look at our massive village map. Now, we'll hear a bit more about where we are, where the Church of St. Hubert is located, but I would assume, for everyone's geographical benefit, this must be somewhere near the town of Arkham, Massachusetts.
On the outskirts, perhaps.
Perhaps.
I agree. Small town.
The village itself has a market, a gatehouse to protect, against intruders, a waystone, which is an ancient pagan site, I imagine, and the Church of St. Hubert. As I mentioned before, there are hidden trails connected to the church and the waystone. And then when you leave the gatehouse, you go down the pilgrim's path to the decrepit graveyard, which is connected to both the ruined cathedral and the mausoleum. Nice and spooky. We like it.
I'm assuming St. Hubert's Church is the church that we have here.
Yeah, I would think so as well. That's where I'm planning to start myself. It feels appropriate.
So I'm wondering if Mary is shopping.
Oh, that's kind of fun. Shopping. I like it. Yes, I should mention there are villagers at each of the 4 village locations. The Father Mercer is a priest. They all have the same forced effect. It says, if this card would be discarded, flip it over instead. Oh my goodness gracious! Cheeky C is in the chat. Welcome, Cheeks. It is fabulous to hear from you again. How are you doing? Welcome to Doomed. I am joined today by special guest star, the Crosshair.
Hello. Ahoy hoy.
Ahoy hoy. Yeah, sorry, I think you were saying.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, should we start at the same location? But probably, yeah.
I mean, we can definitely head straight there if we want to the market square. You never know. Right, so sorry, yes, each of the villagers has the same text on it. If they would be discarded, flip it over instead. And then they each have like a special ability that says anyone at their location can activate it. Father Merces said, action, exhaust, pray for us! Add a blessed token to the chaos bag. Which is cool. Cool. Trader Joe, pun intended, says, action, spend 3 resources, go shopping. Take a copy of Resonating Stone and add it to your hand. But, okay. The policeman, who's on guard at the gatehouse, free trigger, exhaust him, defend the town, deal 1 damage to an enemy at this location. So just takes a nice little pot shot.
Hmm.
And the Kid Ernie says action, hide and seek. Move Kid Ernie to a connecting village or hidden trail location. And anyone can do this at their, I don't really understand what that is, other than getting him away from harm, I suppose. Funky.
Also, I believe Trader Joe works for both investigators, but only once per game. Or is it limited?
This happened in the other scenario as well. I seem to recall limit once per game is different from group limit once per game, which would be like a total of once. So this would be once each, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And Cheeks, just to respond as well, I'm really glad to hear you're well. Things are good here too. It's finally getting into spring, summer, bright weather, and we're feeling good. Feeling good about that. So, yeah. And then it's almost time for a little bit of time off of our current contract work, and we'll be doing garden-oriented, home-oriented stuff, and it's all very positive. But I don't know quite where it's landing soon. But yeah, it's good. Thank you. Okay. So. Yes, Flower, exactly. What if you had 2 resonating stones? We've played Edge of the Earth. We know. Okay. So that's the village. Basically, that's the village. There's a little village with some villagers. We're at the church. There's some hidden trails, and then you can go into the Pilgrim's Path, which leads you to a spooky graveyard and graves.
The old church.
The old church, exactly. The old church of St. Hubert. Classic. Okay. Prologue. I'm just going to read it straight, and we'll see where we're at. It's been an unusually cold autumn, and the trees have long since lost their leaves. Folk are quiet and hurry indoors when they can. Something ominous hangs in the air. You've heard rumors of dug-up graves and the word necromancer coming from the town of Malroon. You and your fellow investigators head there to see what you can learn. The dread that fills you when you near the town makes you worry it may already be too late. Now, of course, Father Mateo and Sister Mary are not going there for the first time. They are returning there after their many travels, their many investigations. They're heading there to defend the Church of St. Hubert against any dead enemies that would come to disrupt it, I guess.
Yeah, and also the town.
Right, yeah, that's important, I think, too, just to be clear. Let's have a look then. So that's us. That's the little prologue. Agenda 1A. The light fades. As the sun lowers itself to the horizon, an ominous feeling rises. Something is happening soon. You'd best use this time to prepare. Yeesh. 3 doom. We don't love that. Act 1A. What's happening? You've heard rumors about dark events, stories of grave robbing, and missing corpses. You need to ask around and look for clues to find out what you're dealing with. Then it says forced, if Agenda 1A advances, immediately advance. Objective, when the investigators have the requisite number of clues, 4, they must immediately spend them and advance. Hint, heading into the night without a clear understanding of events will put you at a disadvantage.
Well, we never understand the events, but...
Right, well, without a clear theory, maybe, about what's happening. I think Mateo and Mary do have a sense, at least, of what's going on, which is nice.
Yeah, they might not have told the townsfolk of it yet.
No, they've got the feeling that something's going on, though. That much, at least, is clear.
It's a little hamlet.
Yeah.
Quiet hamlet outside Arkham.
Exactly. Mateo and Mary are... Sorry, say again?
He's about to get a naughty word here.
Ah, yes. Something is going to happen. But it might just be positive. You never know. It could be a bunch of traveling salespeople are coming to, bestow things upon the town. I don't know.
A carnival.
Exactly. The Father Mateo and Sister Mary are, of course, holed up, if you will, inside the church, preparing for the inevitable, what they know is coming for them. But they have at least some sense of what they need to do. And for us, we're looking for, hopefully, 4 clues before 3 doom elapses. I'm with Cthulhu. That could be tough. But we'll have to see. Is there anything else we need to mention before we just dive on in, Crosshair?
Well, we all know that Mary is notably damned. But she also has a plan that she's been formulating all this time, so she's gonna stick to it.
I really like... I mean, I don't love, but I think the art on Stick to the Plan is just fabulous. I think that's a car in which, in the trunk, there's a big metal case, in which there's some grenades, some parchment, and assorted other random tools and things to attack people with. It's fabulous.
Yeah. Well, shall we see what we get this time? Something new. Read investigators first and they take 2 additional actions. That would be nice.
Oh, the sun! That does sound nice.
During each investigator's first turn, they have 2 fewer actions to take. Oh no!
Well, the Crosshair. Looks like Mary's damned is actually... Well, I'm not going to say it's a blessing in disguise, but, it's, That's about as good as you could hope for.
Yeah. So basically I have 5 less... Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
5 less actions.
Negative 2 actions.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, the sun is finally coming up for Mary, I guess.
Let's see how quickly it sets, but we'll take the win while we can. I think we're ready to jump in. Let's see if Mateo and Mary's knowledge of this strange blood cult and their zombies from the Dreamlands can be defeated. Let's draw our opening hands. Let's get doomed. Okay, so this is 2 weaknesses. That's kind of the opposite of what I wanted. I know I'm going to need... This is good. I can't believe I'm going to throw this away. But I need clues, and I need damage. That's okay. Okay. Yes?
If I throw these away, then it'll happen what I'm afraid of, so I can't throw them away, so...
I mean, you're right. Mary's gearing up, and therefore, just to... No. Oh my god, Cthulhu, you're absolutely correct. Thank you. Cthulhu's watching my screen, Crosshair. And I did, in fact, just replace my 2 weaknesses. I was like, well, I guess that's it then. Thanks, Cthulhu. Well, now let's talk Mulligan then. It's funny, now I'm looking at this hand and being like, it's fine, because I thought it was what I was going to have to work with. However, I still don't have what I want. That's not nice now. I can't believe I'm going to throw that away.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw Deny Existence, and I've had worse away. Because I'm digging.
Yes. Yeah, no, 100%. I know it's probably bad to not see those right away, but of course, yeah, your first turn is gearing up, right?
Yeah. So, while you're taking your first turn, Mary is just and 0 resources and jackpot.
Perfecto. Yes. What's in that massive backpack of hers is the question.
She's been preparing and gathering her backpack, and I'll let you know what I play after I go 100%.
In the meantime, I'll read where we start here at the church, while Mary is hunting through her backpack. This small structure was built when the old church fell into ruin. Father Mercer oversees the religious ceremonies and is a well-respected figure in town. Naturally, of course, because Father Mateo and Sister Mary are not there any longer. Whoa. So the flavor text here is pray the dead away. It says 4 shroud, 2 clues. Action, if you are not at Agenda 1A, so we can't do this now, spend a clue, pray. Remove a doom from the current agenda.
Ah, nice.
So, first of all, there's no limit on this action. Incredible. We can't do it now. It has to be after Agenda 1A. But any clue could be changed in for an action to remove a doom, which feels like a great trade. Oh, I do like praying, says Father Mateo. Be gone, you dead. Cheeks. Yes, indeed. So that's us. Or that's that, I should say. What's Mateo gonna do? I didn't even think about this. Draw a card. Let's see what's around here. So the hidden trails require a clue to enter. Because we're trying to collect clues quickly, we're not going to go into the hidden trails right now. Well, this is the question flower, yeah. The market square, normally a bustling marketplace, lately it's felt deserted. Only a few desperate merchants like Trader Joe venture out into the cold morning air to set up shop. Might be something to find there. The gatehouse. These small fortifications have long been in disrepair and now act only as a point of interest when entering the village. This is a point of entry and defense for the town. And then there's this waystone. In an empty field in the middle of the village stands a large solitary rock. Ancient legends speak of people disappearing near it. Townsfolk give the rock a wide berth, while children dare each other to touch it. I mean, that sounds like something we're going to want to check out. All right, how are we doing? How's Sister Mary's backpack looking?
It's actually looking rather good. It's been those last 2, and
Honestly, they kind of do, actually. It's brutal.
so Mary just passes over the usual talisman of protection to Father Mateo, and like, if we ever going to need it, we're gonna need it tonight.
Mm-hmm. He nods in agreement and accepts the talisman, the talisman of Saint Hubert, as it were, praying that some of their allies, Nephthys, perhaps someone else, will eventually come to their aid as soon as they can.
And also lights up some ritual candles at the church, and just slings the backpack over her shoulder and grabs a thermos.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's going to be a cold and dead night.
Yeah, you got to get that warm soup. Well, there you go. That's a nice strong start here. Lots of stuff.
Yeah, one card in hand, 5 in reserve.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the Guardian way, right? Just have everything ready to go. I think similarly, Father Mateo, well, he nods and accepts the talisman and then ventures towards Father Mercer, imploring him to keep the church safe. He and Mary will be in and out of the church probably all night, as they expect things are going to start approaching the village soon, but he's prayed to his god, Z in brackets, and he knows that there is a way forward. The balance of the 2 faiths is what will hopefully save Mateo and Mary on this night. So I have to add 3 blessed tokens to the bag. And then second action, I'm going to move. I'm not going to get these clues right away, unfortunately, so I'm going to move to the Waystone, because I feel like Father Mateo knows that this teleporting Waystone, this legendary place, is a place of power. and people are going to be interested in it. Why do you get an eerie feeling when you stand near the stone? 3 shroud, 2 clues. I only have 3 intellect, so that's not ideal. So last action, I will slap on, or rather, keep in just next to that talisman his rosary, so he can pray. And there you go. That's us.
It's a preparatory first turn.
I am. I'm thinking that these clues may not, be able to be found right away. It might be a bit hard to find, but we're going to do our best as we move straight into upkeep. That's not bad. That's good to have. Thanks, flower. I did. I'll take it. But then I have to add a curse. And we already added our bless.
Yeah.
Perfect. So then that brings around to 1 out of 3 doom. Father Mateo standing near the strange waystone, trying his best to get a read on where this horrible demonic energy is coming from. Mary in the church, lit candles, thermos of soup.
With Father Mercer trying to tell him that no, you're not a natural GM just because you have the same name as the other Mercer.
Yeah. Yes, that's not how this works, Father, okay? Look, if you want to run a game, it takes prep. Let's draw some encounter cards here. Rising Dead. You must either test Intellect 4. If you fail, deal 2 horror to a villager. Or take a horror, and this card gains Surge. Well, I'm not happy about it, Crosshair, but I won't be passing an Intellect 4 test. So, and I don't know if I want to just slam some horror on these poor people if I can help it.
The cop can take it.
They've got plenty, I suppose, but they're gonna take some, I'm sure, as the fighting continues. I might regret it, but I'm going to take a horror, put it on the rosary, and it gains Surge. A shiver comes over Father Mateo as he... Yeah, sure, here we go. As he... Oh, you can kill the kid right now! Perfect. A shiver comes over Mateo as he gets the strangest feeling that he's being watched, and then notes a couple of crows flying down behind the waystone. As he ventures around to the other side, he sees a mangled corpse of an animal and almost retches. I'm testing willpower 3. I have 4 willpower. Let's do it. 4 to 3. 5 to 3. Very good. Mateo steadies himself. It's not an omen. It is simply an animal. An unfortunate animal. He tries to remind himself.
Inside the church, there's a shadow of evil.
Ooh. That sounds nice.
Well, the shadows are starting to fall, become longer and longer as the day goes darker and darker. It's an omen. You must either choose deal 1 damage and 1 horror to a villager or add 1 doom to the current agenda. Well, somebody's gonna have a bad day.
Here we go.
1 damage and 1 horror to a villager.
All right, who's under the shadow of evil here?
Well, clearly, it's the patrolling policeman.
Ouch.
He's seen some things, I believe.
I think so too, yeah. He's definitely seen some stuff. But that brings it back around to us. Yeah. I can take a quick fast action, and then we can decide who wants to go first and what we're thinking here.
I don't really have any plans. I was thinking of taking some soup, and moving.
Yeah, sure. Checking out either the market or maybe continuing on.
Or the hidden trail.
Yeah.
Right, no.
Nope. Unfortunately not. I'd love to go to the hidden trail. A reminder, because this icon's a bit weird, but just for those folks in the chat, this means that all of these 4 locations are connected to each other. So we can go straight across from the church to the gatehouse if we so choose. Just because they're arranged in a square doesn't mean they're arranged in a square.
I could go check out the market square, see if there's any supplies there, but you do you.
Okay.
I have a plan.
Okay, so. Cool. Well, I will, in that case, then. I think I'm hoping to happen upon some way of getting clues so that we can at least try to beat the doom of something coming towards us. So, Father Mateo is going to close his eyes, take his rosary, take his talisman in the other hand, and pray in 2 languages at the same time, and tempt fate. I'm adding 3 curses, I'm adding 3 blesses, and I'm drawing a card. My hope here, Crosshair, my hope here is that, this is going to be some way that Father Mateo can balance his 2 halves and see if that's useful. Now, what's the best place? The best place to use it is there. Okay. No, I need to do this second action. I'm going to move back into the church. And then while I'm here, Father Mateo is going to walk right up to Father Mercer. And against every better judgment, he's going to start explaining everything that they've seen across their whole travels. He is hoping to tempt the powers that be into coming towards him, to revealing themselves, maybe. So I'm going to play Draw into the Flame, draw the top card of the encounter deck, and then discover 2 clues. The top card of the encounter deck is a witch hunt. Ugh. This is, Father Mercer steps back after hearing such incredible blasphemy from Father Mateo and reaches out. His eyes erupt with fire as he starts to shout about being a witch. I'm definitely not going to pass a combat 4 test. That's for sure. So instead...
Damage is fine. I can actually take the damage off you after.
Oh yeah, that's true, eh? So I will...
It's the surge that bothers me.
Yeah, always. Always and forever. Although, if I cancel it, it doesn't surge at all. And we may as well, because I don't know what else is coming. So I'm going to do this. Father Mateo sees the fire in the priest's eyes and holds out his rosary, a light blazing from himself. Father, you must listen to me. This is what we are planning to do, and this is what we have seen. These things are true. I'm drawing a non-weakness treachery card. Reveal 5 random chaos tokens from the bag. If a bless or elder sign is revealed, cancel the revelation effect, which is the whole card. Oh. Uh-oh. Hey.
There we go.
Look at all them symbols.
Oh, right.
Cancelled. And I'll get 2 clues. Fabu. And then... Oh. Thank you. I may move. Are you considering the market or the gatehouse, my friend?
The market. It sounds like a place that I might get clues, but less shrouded.
Yes, less shrouded in mystery. It's very possible. In that case, then, Father Mateo's last action will be to go towards the gatehouse where a certain policeman is already a little injured, a little scared of what he might see. The gatehouse has a forced effect on it, a choke point where one can set up defenses. So it says when an enemy hunts to this location, its damage is reduced to 0 until the end of the round. It does not reduce its horror value. Reaction: when you take a fight action at this location, for each card with at least 1 combat icon committed to this test, this attack gains +1 damage for each. That's pretty sweet. So fighting and sort of committing your resources to fights at the gatehouse means you can set up a natural kind of choke point and deal with enemies more easily. Pukajutsu, Hello, welcome. We only click for chaos here on Doomed. This is wonderful to have you. I am joined today by special guest star, the Crosshair.
Hello. I
oh.
may have disconnected for a moment.
It was immediately after you said hello.
Yeah. Just waiting for the game to cut me off.
Oh yeah, classic. Well, we'll have you back momentarily here.
There I go.
There are 0 clues at the gatehouse, so unfortunately there will be no finding anything else out about or from the policeman. I mean, Flower, you'd like to think that, wouldn't you? We have 2 out of 4. There's 2 more at the Waystone. There might be 2 in the Market Square. And we still have a turn, right? I think we...
After
we'll see.
this one.
Welcome back. Welcome
Hello.
back. So, that is Father Mateo. He went back to the church, confronted Father Mercer, basically held out his cross and sort of blinded the old man to revealed the truth to him, and got some information out about what's been happening as he ventured off towards the gatehouse.
Mary is just going to leave Father Mercer there to consider all that he heard and head over to her old friend, perhaps Trader Joe, at the marketplace to see if he has some new things for sale or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, hammers in hand. Normally a bustling marketplace, it has felt deserted. Only a few desperate merchants venture out into the cold morning air to set up shop. One of them being Trader Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I chose correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the apocalypse, somebody is always willing to trade. A 2-shroud 2-clue location. With an action, remove an asset card in your hand from the game. Gain resources equal to twice its printed cost. Once per investigator per game. Okay. Have an asset you can...
I will take a brief moment to welcome our new arrivals. And Cthulhu, you're right, of course. We're just going to pull some nice tokens, and it'll all be fine. I'm going to greet our new arrivals. Sarah and Zero and Thelia are both here. Welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you both here. I am joined today by special guest star, the Crosshair.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello. I agree, Cthulhu. So weird. Like, as opposed to limit once per game, which I always assumed meant once per person per game, not once per game total. But, I mean, now, maybe I should just see. Stream's still up on my... Oh, you can't hear me, Flower, eh? Stream's still up on my end. Okay, good.
If there's more than one resonating stone, then it has to be that, like...
Mm-hmm.
It depends. If there's more than one resonating stone, then it means only one person can do it. Or rather, many people can do it. But if there's only one, then it means that only one can have it.
There are indeed 4. I can tell you in the set-aside cards there are 4 resonating stones.
Yeah. And I think that it's investigator.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Because otherwise, you're right, otherwise there'd just be the one.
Yeah.
Funny.
Hell. We have 2 clues, right?
Yes, we have 2 clues, that's correct.
We have 2 actions and there's 2 clues here. Can I succeed in 2 against 2 challenges twice in a row? Of course I can.
Sure. Hey, look, we still have a turn, so I would probably dash over there and try to help clean up the whatever's left over if we need to.
Oh, then I can actually...
But you should do whatever you're going to do, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some soup.
Makes sense.
Heal up 2 damage, and Actually,
joke, though.
I'm gonna take.
Saren Zero coming in hot with the puns. Thank you, Saren. Welcome.
I'm gonna take a resource, as interesting as it sounds.
Okay. All right.
There's a reason for it.
Sure. Well, I mean, I figured. Oh, not at all, Thelia. Just enjoy. I love cats, especially when they're not yours. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
Flower.
Not your cats are perfect.
No. Our cats are perfect, but we're the exception that proves the rule. They are.
Yeah.
Total chaos animals over here. Well, then that brings us to the end of our phase. Father Mateo is checking out the gatehouse, but is planning on heading back to the square to meet up with Mary. Mary, who is geared up and is waiting to perhaps purchase something. We'll see. Oh, I see. Theory. I'm just joshing you, Theory. Is it what I think it is? Oh, no, it is not.
There we go.
Yep. That's what we gotta do. So then that brings us around to the mythos phase again. We go to 2 out of 3 doom. Something is happening soon. You'd best use this time to prepare. And we draw our encounter cards, of course. Grasping hands, I've seen this before. As Father Mateo takes a step back from the gatehouse and starts to turn towards the market square, he feels a tug at his pant leg, a strange feeling of being caught maybe on a nail, and as he looks down, the nail is in fact a hand protruding from the stone below, clawed and terrifying. This is a Revelation Test Agility 3. For each point you fail by, take a damage. I have 3 agility, but I'll put in an icon to go 4 to 3. Why not? Right? Bless. I'm going to be using a lot of these, I think.
Stop it.
And tablet. 0. You may choose to automatically fail the skill test and add 2 blesses to the bag. Well, I don't need to do that, so we're good. We're good in that sense. Because it wouldn't, the 2 that come out would come out now, so there you go. Father Mateo just manages to pull away, and then once again it is strangely just a nail, not a hand at all.
And in the marketplace, we've seen this before. Some dissonant voices Mary keeps hearing in her head. Possibly louder than before.
Thelia, I'm breaking my long-standing rule of not looking at the Discord while streaming because I gotta see these cats. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my god, they're fluffy.
Cats.
They're very, 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 very cute.
Very fluffy cats.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, dissonant voices cannot play assets or events at the end of the round. Discard dissonant voices.
I hope the plan wasn't to play any assets or events.
It was, but...
well, okay.
Fine, I'll wait.
What else can we do in the meantime is the question.
Oh, I guess I could spend this time either drawing and getting resources, or...
Drawing, getting resources, thermos, or trying to get clues.
I guess I'll try to... you should get here if you want to heal up, but I don't think you need to heal up just yet.
I will be coming to you to try to finish off this location if necessary. That is the plan.
Yeah, because then you use the thermos twice to heal 2 horror from you and 2 from me, which would be nice. And the last action... Honestly, I just need resources, so...
So I mean... Oh, yes, and Cthulhu is correct, of course. The thermos exhausts upon being played as well. Or not upon being played, but upon use.
Yeah, true.
Can't drink too much soup all at once, right?
Maybe you should try getting the clues first, and then I'll wrap it up if it fails.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Flower, absolutely you would. Despite the voices in her head, Mary could absolutely also remove an asset card in your hand from the game to gain resources equal to twice its printed cost. I mean, would you want to, is the question. It is a good question. All right, Mateo will make his way back to the square, kind of noting the strange sensation of having been grabbed by what appeared to be a rotting corpse, but not really. It was just a strange sensation at the end of the day, he notes to himself. So he'll make his way to the market square, and then I guess I'm just going to try to get lucky here. I don't really have anything that can help, unfortunately. But we're going to see about trying to get these clues. I have 3 intellect against the 2 shroud of the location. We're going to... yeah, I could also go shopping, but I want to also save my resources for the big old spells that are coming in eventually. So let us investigate this location. 3 to 2. Father Mateo is going to start asking around, seeing if he can discern anything about the nature of the threat that is coming. It's a bless. And that's a skull. The skulls are -3. Whoa. -3. If the test fails, the nearest ready undead enemy hunts and attacks. This does not exhaust it. Whoa. Okay, so that's 3 up is a good place to... Yeah, it's a good place to be. Anyway, pass. Pass, lose a bless, gain a clue. And, if I get this, we have to immediately advance the act. But the hope is to get it, and then we'll see where we're at here. Father Mateo is hitting on something. People seem very, very reticent to talk about anything to do with that old church and the rumors they've heard. But rumors are swirling indeed. Let's go again. 3 to 2. Okay. Get the last clue. The act says we must immediately spend them in advance, so I'll let you know where we're at momentarily, Crosshair. And I hope Mary's turn is exciting as well. Act 1B, The Ritual. Speaking to townsfolk, you've managed to gather a collection of rumors that, together, almost paints a coherent picture. It seems like for the past few months there have been bodies disappearing. Many families maintain private family cemeteries in the woods. Most simply chalked it up to hungry animals digging after a particularly dry summer. But there have been sightings of robed figures in those same woods, and some swear that they have seen deceased family members staring at them with vacant eyes from the gloom. One particular piece of information has caught your attention. An obscure horror story was written here over 200 years ago called The Legend of the Necromancer. The plot of the book surrounds the fictional character of Lothal the Dark, who tried to raise an undead army to conquer the world. The Church of St. Hubert, of course, figures prominently into this legend as sort of being, as having been created after Lothal the Dark was defeated. But people consider this to be myth. In the book, he was defeated here at Malrune, and his remains consecrated in the old church. If the investigators advance due to Agenda 1A advancing, blah blah blah, but we didn't, so that's okay. Return all clues controlled by investigators to the token pool. Nice.
Blah 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 is rather bad, actually.
Yes. Place doom equal to 4 minus the total number of clues. Yeah, I don't need that.
We would have added 4 doom.
Yes, because we now have 0 clues. That's a good point. Agenda 2A, or sorry, Act 2A rather, Stop the Ritual. You just know these rumors aren't a coincidence. The cultists are planning something. You don't know what, but you have to stop them. While the investigators are at Agenda 1, you may look at the backside of the agenda card.
Ah,
That's very interesting. I'll keep reading, but this is very interesting. Treat each Doom token on locations as a clue for the purposes of investigator actions and card effects. If an investigator takes control of a Doom token, flip it to its clue side and place it on that investigator. This is considered to be discovering a clue. Objective: if we are at Agenda 2 and there are no cultists in play, immediately proceed to Resolution 2. Okay. We're not at Agenda 2 right now, so that's okay. Forced: if the investigators are at Agenda 3, immediately advance.
okay. So we can look at the back of Agenda 1.
Yeah, which we still have your turn, but the hope is that, you know, we're going to look at this and see what it says, and then I'm letting
Not
everyone... Sorry, say again?
Yeah, don't look at the next agenda, of
No,
course.
no, I'm definitely trying not to. So this we can look at the back of Agenda 1A, Agenda 1B, which is also Cthulhu, absolutely, just devastating. Oh, I'll just take a Doom, whatever, I'll just advance this agenda. Oh my god. So, this is search the set-aside undead horde for Head Necromancer, put it into play at Mausoleum. Search the set-aside undead horde for 1 + 2, that's 3 copies of Necromancer. Put 1 at the graveyard, the rest at the different trail locations. Okay, so 1 Head Necromancer, 3 Necromancers, and then everything goes into the encounter deck, including the Undead Horde. We have to discard cards until 4 undead enemies have been revealed, spawn each of them at locations containing cultists. No more than 1 revealed enemy may be placed at a location until there is at least 1 undead at each location with a cultist. So when we advance, it's a Head Necromancer, 3 other Necromancers, and 4
undead.
Each of which will be at a different location, resurrected from the grave. But thankfully,
where does the...
we're not there yet.
Oh yeah. So the Mausoleum will have the head guy and undead. One will be at the graveyard with an undead, and the hidden trails will have also.
Right. Now, unfortunately, of course, moving into a hidden trail costs a clue, which is kind of annoying specifically, but at least, we know that our objective will be to deal with all of the cultists. We have to stop the ritual.
So yeah, kill everyone.
We can leave the undead alive. We can leave them undead. That's what I meant.
Oh, true. Yeah. And we don't know if they're Shamblers or Undying or something like that.
We do not know what the deal is, because it'll be discarded from the top, and so we'll see what we get. But, of course, that means it's on to you once again, Sister Mary. We're not yet advancing, which is nice.
Yeah. Just off. Have Nephthys around.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Those damn voices in your head. Am I right?
Cards attached to backpack may be played as if they are in your hand. Does that include the market square?
Unfortunately, it would not. I don't believe, because it says they can be played as if they were in your hand, but they can't be, I don't know, used as if they were in your hand, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like committed or whatever.
It's the worst possible. Well, I could use a thermos shot, but so would you, I think. So have some soak anyway. You still have some soak. Both have some soak. Who needs it?
Who needs it indeed?
You take this turn. Yeah,
Sounds good.
because I'll have the servants around anyway, so...
That sounds good to me. Father Mateo takes a long drink. After having investigated so much, speaking to so many people in the market, he is happy to be sitting down for at least a while.
It's a shame I can't sell that.
Think of the cannon fodder. I mean,
The other option is to go a bit lower on the... I don't want to do that.
oof. Red Dead Requiem. I hear ya. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that is honestly, it's a pretty bad feeling. Thankfully, I'm usually within shouting distance from Liz, so I can just shout at her until she tells me what it is that I'm forgetting. It's pretty good. It works well.
Should be interesting, but I'm gonna draw a card.
Yeah, that's good. No problem there. Maybe it's something you can sell to this wonderful man. Maybe not.
Asset card. Oh, that's actually, yeah, asset. Asset is an asset. Yeah. Cool.
Right.
So I'm going to use that. Mary is going to go around and perhaps teach these townsfolk a little bit about sign magic.
Great.
Finger magic.
Finger magic. Yeah, just teaching people, right?
So that would be 6 resources.
Indeed. It gets removed from the game, but then you gain 6 resources, which feels pretty good. You often don't have that many spells out, right? So that's fine. Teach some magic, get some money.
Basically, she's teaching them like basic tricks, like street magic she's learned, and calling it sign magic and like voodoo and stuff like that.
Is Mary a grifter?
Possibly used to be.
Just a little bit, just a little grift. Very nice.
Tiny trick.
We venture to upkeep as Mary teaches some sign magic to people. That's something. Bless, and of course a curse. Ugh, I'm gonna be getting rid of this guy as soon as I can, Crosshair, don't worry. As we go, of course, it's ecclesiophobia. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's it, Cthulhu. Every time I'm like, Liz, what's this word? She's like, it's fear of churches. Every time. We go to 3 out of 3 doom. And of course we advance. Now we've seen this before, but we'll take a quick look at it again. As the last trace of the sun disappears over the horizon, it begins. Shapes in the gloom lurch towards you. You hear screams all around you as people begin to recognize the half-rotted faces of recently deceased friends and relatives. So, we are searching for there's a necromancer, there's a necromancer, there's a necromancer. We're also searching for the head I'm trying not to look at them like as I pull them out here. Ugh! 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 Oh my god.
Head necrom. Oh, I can't do it when you're searching. Okay, cool.
Maybe he's in here.
The head necromancer is in there. I saw it just now.
Oh, okay, great.
There we go.
Missed it, thank you. So, what do we got here? So he gets put into play at the mausoleum, thank you. These necromancers get put into play at the graveyard and the hidden trails. Oh, damn it. I'm like, yeah, shit. All right, nailed it. It's a good question, Flower. I mean, recently deceased? Maybe they mean over the last sort of 100 years.
We look for the undead.
Yeah, well, we shuffle the encounter discard pile and all of the undead horde cards into the encounter deck.
Ah, that happens first.
Right, because this is where it gets really fun. We discard cards from the top until 4 have been revealed, and then each of them go to a different location. So we can't guarantee that we're going to get the easy ones. Not that I know whether they're easy or not, but this is also kind of fun because I get to show off what they are as we go.
I'm just reading. No.
What is this? It's an undead enemy? It's a dismembered hand! Oh my god. Okay, so this is, well, here, I'll just pull them out and... that's not undead. Oh, actually, hang on. Was there another... Was the other necromancer supposed to be removed from the games? Yes, remove any extra copies to the collection. Alright. We continue. There's a headless. There's a head.
Gathering the whole body.
That's very funny. And there's a skeleton.
I'm just looking at the spawns because if they would give us an idea where to spawn them, but
Right,
I guess
so-
we choose.
Yeah, so that's it. What does it say? It says spawn each of the undead enemies revealed at a location containing a cultist, and then shuffle the remaining revealed cards into the encounter deck. And then only one per location, basically. So we'll have to figure that out, and then we'll look at them momentarily. We can randomize it if you prefer. They're all, looks like they're all hunters. One of them is an Undying 2.
Yeah, and the head
Oh.
and the headless have an interaction as well.
Oh, interesting. If this card is at same location as Stray Head, and this should say if this card is at the same location as Headless, remove both from the game. Search the set aside cards for Horsemen. Oh my god. They see me rolling. They hate it. It's so good. Oh god. Okay, I didn't realize this was going to be kind of funny. So we should put these at the two furthest locations from each other, right?
Yeah, I was thinking that the bottom hidden trail would be a nice place, unless we want the horsemen.
I mean, I don't know what they are, but it feels bad. This is also a 1/1/1. I mean, it's Undying, but still, like, I don't know. I just feel like kicking ahead is a bit less difficult than knocking around a horseman.
Yeah.
Heads up, the horseman is probably a cool enemy. Yeah, probably.
Like, my curiosity is going to get us killed. So
no
let's
doubt.
do the smart move and put them as far away as possible. So headless at the mausoleum.
Okay.
Or should we put the head
At the head necromancer's location. Sure, yeah, that makes sense to me. And then you just, whichever one you want there, my friend.
Yeah, that'll work.
We'll have
I
a quick
guess.
look at these guys. A curiosity. It's been known to kill the cat. So, as mentioned, if the head and the headless meet, they're both removed from the game, and then a horseman is put into play because the headless gets its head back. The stray head is a 1/1/1 hunter with Undying 1. As a reminder, that means if you deal it a damage, instead of dying, it exhausts, it disengages, and we put a resource on it, but then it removes all its damage.
Yeah. So all the cultists are aloof and all the zombies hunt the villagers.
Yes, they seem to be hunting the villagers, that's right. I'm going to look at the necromancers momentarily here, just seeing if there's anything else in this dismembered hand. Nope, preys on the nearest villager. It's a shambler. I think they're all going to be shamblers too, eh? Yeah.
3 turns until the head and the headless meet. So
Oh, we can go kick their ass in that time for sure. The skeleton is a 3/2/2 hunter with Undying 2s. That's a bit more intense. So there's that at least. But
little Ernie gonna get swamped.
you do make a good point. The necromancers are all aloof. It says spawn empty burial site, but I don't know where that is, weirdly, so that's okay.
The graveyard is a burial site, so if any more start spawning.
Right. Well, I think so, Flower.
These all get a doom on them.
Yes, right, after Necromancer enters play, place a doom on Necromancer's location, which the agenda? Or the act? The act tells us that doom, treat each doom as a clue for the purposes of investigator actions and card effects. It also is treated as actual doom as well, which is annoying. So we have 4 doom. It's on the locations, I think, rather than the people. Is that right? Yeah. Place 1 doom on Necromancer's
location. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. But that means that it can be picked up like a clue, theoretically. So there's that. I mean, now we're getting complicated here. This is exciting.
Okay.
All right. So that was just advancing the agenda.
We are going to probably take a short toilet break after we get set up.
I think so too, yeah. We'll take a moment to sort of rethink our lives here. As I go to Agenda 2A, we'll do this. Do we want to even do the mythos phase where we draw cards first, Crosshair? Or should we break before that?
We tend to break before the investigation so that we have an idea how screwed we are.
Yes, I like that. So this is Agenda 2A. Oh, sorry, yes. Flower of August says, not to add even more rules, the Monolith Kid had some power that let you move to the hidden trails. So, Flower, great question. It says move the kid to a connecting village or hidden trail. So I think this is to prevent the kid from being eaten by zombies. You can be like, kid, let's play hide and seek. And they're like, okay. So instead of being eaten, you can run. Oh, thanks, Ash. Also, hi, Ash. Welcome to Doom.
We can also... Hello!
We can also feed him to the zombies? Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why don't you go hide in that hidden trail?
Why don't you go hide in there? To answer Cthulhu's question, if an investigator takes control of a doom, flip it to its clue side and place it on that investigator. This is considered to be discovering a clue. So it's counting as doom for now, but if we investigate and discover stuff about the ritual, it becomes a clue for us, which is no bad thing. Okay. Agenda 2A, the onslaught. As more and more of the dead shamble forwards, you can hear the chanting rising and falling in the distance. This is a distraction. The real threat is coming. Forced. During the place doom step of the mythos phase, do not place doom. Instead, place 1 doom on a location containing a cultist that has the least doom. So, instead of putting a doom on the agenda, they go on the locations, which means we can then go and maybe clear them off later.
Yeah.
Forced. When doom would be removed from locations when this agenda advances, remove all but 1 instead. So some remains, if there's any there. Forced. When an undead enemy would attack, if it is ready and unengaged. That's important, because if it's ready and unengaged means that it's not planning on attacking Mateo or Mary. It deals its damage and its horror to a villager at its location. If there are no villager story assets in play, proceed to Resolution 1.
And you're at 4 out of 13 doom.
Right, which is gonna, rack up, but probably not super... we just need to figure out a way to, clear it, right? It's kind of the thing. Oh, does the head necromancer say... Yeah, the head necromancer says... I didn't even read it, sorry. Spawns at the mausoleum, it's aloof. At the start of the mythos phase, place a doom on its location. So in fact, this doesn't... Let me think about this for a second. We advanced during the mythos phase, so this doesn't have doom on it right now. Which is good. If you discover a clue at their location, it attacks you.
So the first mythos, first doom of this agenda goes on the mausoleum.
Correct. Yes. So when we next place one, we're gonna place one from the head necromancer, and then the agenda also will place one. Actually, yeah. So this is a real problem. This head necromancer is doubling the rate at which we're accumulating doom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we need to go deal with that. I'm just gonna quickly address all the chatter in chat here. Requiem, I'm very excited for Method Madness. I'm actually away on Tuesday, so hold on to them points for the next time I'm streaming. If you want Crosshair and I to talk and finish, it's going to be very one-sided. I feel like that's really I think that's really important to point out. But yes, the Discord, thank you, Crosshair, is where you can find out all that information. Yeah, boy.
I'm not actually sure how to speak Finnish, so...
Oh, what have you been speaking this whole time? I mean, English right now, I know, but like beyond that.
I thought I was speaking Finnish now.
Oh god, so confusing. Oh, hi, cats. Oh, so exciting. Okay, the onslaught is beginning. We're going to draw our encounter cards. We're going to see how screwed we are. And then we're going to take a quick break to refill drinks. I'm going to get a lot of water and think about what I've done.
Yeah, that sounds like we're going to see how screwed we are and then run away.
Yeah, I don't see why that's incorrect.
Nope.
Father Mateo feels the power of the undead beginning to rise out on all sides of the village, and he can hear the chanting. So you must either remove a resource token from each undead. This card gains Surge. I mean, that's disgusting, but I also can't choose that option. Just unfortunately. So I have to add a doom to the current agenda. The whispers in the air take on a more urgent tone. I mean, that sucks.
That means it goes on the head necromancer location.
Add a doom to the agenda.
But the... during the place doom step. Yeah.
Okay. It's still pretty bad. Like, we're still in big trouble.
Yeah. And also in the marketplace, there's a chant. Clearly, the villagers have been listening to Father Mercer.
Yeah, the hunt is on, for sure.
About how unholy Sister Mary and Father Mateo have begun, and they've lost their way.
And I can't really say that they're not untrue.
Are you saying I'm fat and weigh more than a duck? Less than a duck. Oh, a compliment.
Excellent.
Choose one. Test fight 4. If you fail, deal 2 damage to a villager. Take 1 damage. Discard, gain surge. I am at 3 fights, so it's not impossible. I don't like surge because it's probably more stuff.
No, that is very true.
2 damage to a villager, though. Well, some of you may die. That's
it's a sacrifice that Sister Mary is willing to make.
Yeah, I'm gonna test it. 3 against 4. Straight up. Is playing used from the backpack? Yes.
Yes, but not committing, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, right.
They're different kind of actions. Like, the backpack only exists to like help you get cards to play them.
Yeah. Well, 3 against 4, so plus and a -1. That's not a plus. But it's a 0.
Well, it's a 0 with and then the ritual candles too, right?
Oh, right. So I succeed.
You're welcome, the candles of the gods.
We don't need more bless in the bag. Yeah. Fine. This
Yay.
witch hunt is over as Mary slams her fist down on a counter in the marketplace.
We're gonna go and we're gonna solve your horrible shambling dead problem, and you're gonna be happy about it.
You brought them here! Shut up!
Shut up! Get out of here! Oh, Necro Dancer. Nice. Love that.
Okay. Well, that went rather well.
About as well as could be expected, yeah. So then that brings us back to the investigation phase, but we will take this opportunity to take a quick break as we contemplate how we're going to make our way past the hordes of zombies to see if we can deal with the necromancers as they continue to summon more and more dead. Who knows? I certainly don't. So good, Saren. So good. Okay. Yep, it's a thriller. It's a thriller at night. We're going to be right back, everybody. See you in just a few moments on Doomed. Hello, and welcome back, once again, to Doomed. Not-so-solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game, with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. And me trying to fix my hair. I am joined today, as I often am, by the Crosshair.
Hello.
Hello, the Crosshair. We're back. Mateo and Mary are attempting to defend St. Hubert's Church and the villagers of the town of, whatever the town is called, against the shambling dead that are coming towards them, bit by bit. Yes, that's all I had to say. So, we know that what we need to do is, if we're still at Agenda 2, and there are no cultists in play, we proceed to Resolution 2. So, ideally, we want to stop the ritual by defeating all the cultists, which are the necromancers. The head necromancer, specifically, is quite a difficult little dude. At the start of the mythos phase, place a doom on his location, and if you discover a doom at his location, he attacks you. So we probably want to deal with him first, I would imagine. Yeah. Although getting through the various numbers of people is going to be challenging.
But where there's a will, there's a way.
Is very true. Are there more acts and agendas? There are indeed one more of each, Flower. Although, again, I'll point out, Stop the Ritual says, if you're at Agenda 2 and there's no cultists, you go to Resolution 2, so we would resolve the scenario. If we go to Agenda 3, we have to flip, and there's probably a different kind of act. Ooh, we don't know what it does. Hi, Zen. Welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you with us. It is ooky spooky indeed. There's all sorts of zombies. And I am joined, of course, by the Crosshair.
Hello.
All right, Crosshair, what are we thinking, if anything? Do we have a sense of where we want to try to start? We can't go in all four directions at once. There's too many necromancers, too many zombos.
Mary might not have an idea, but someone else might.
Okay.
On the heels of the invading zombies, Nephthys also strolls into town. Mm-hmm. As he always happens to arrive at the opportune time and then leave at the opportune time.
Oh, she's a survivor, right? That's what she does.
I see you're in a bit of a trouble. Have you considered de-troubling the town? And also carrying something that Mary always tends to leave behind, which is
Her rifle. Yeah.
You do need to take better care of your weaponry. And... Yeah, Mary does have an idea that I guess it's time to go hunting. Go on the offensive, as it were.
Mm-hmm. That is the plan.
And to that end... Well, yeah, I gotta do it. Mary is going to just check that her custom modifications are all in order.
Mm-hmm.
That's 10 resources in one turn, so...
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing you sold all that horrible sign magic to all those villagers.
Yeah. Mary should be ready to go. Lock and load.
Good.
And go on the hunt.
Yeah, your custom modifications have been upgraded, right? I can't quite remember. Do they do
only else? The +2 attack.
I mean, that's already pretty good, right? We just need all them blesses. No bad thing.
Yeah, the attack is 7, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Mary's plan is to go where the loudest chanting is coming from and deal with whatever is outside the gates.
Yes, exactly. Now, I think similarly, Father Mateo feels the same way, and while perhaps it's not the perhaps it's a bit foolhardy of him to do so, but he also feels that the longer they wait for the undead hordes to keep approaching town, the less time they'll have to act. So, Father Mateo is therefore going to... Yeah, I'm going to do it. Move once to the gatehouse. This is a great action ability, and we might want to use it later. Second action, move to the Pilgrim's Path. This path winds its way into the hills overlooking the village. It was once part of the pilgrimage to the old church before it fell into ruin. The path loops back and forth, turning out to be much longer than you thought. Ugh. The path loops back and forth, turning out to be... Oh, I literally just read that. It's forced. After you move from Pilgrim's Path, test Agility 3. If you fail, lose an action. If you can't, cancel the move. So that is what it is.
Did you know that the Pilgrim's Path loops back and forth?
Yeah, I think I heard that somewhere, actually. Where did I hear that? Was it written somewhere? The path loops back and forth. Oh, right. Turns out to be much longer than you thought it would be. So my thought here, Crosshair, and I know it's a little wild, but I do have a plan. And the plan is, if I can get myself into the Heart of Darkness here, Father Mateo has... well, one trick anyway, maybe not a bunch of tricks, but he has at least one trick up his sleeve. And the necromancers are trying not to fight. All the shamblers can't kind of pile on to you. So that's no bad thing either. I know it's a little crazy, but last action, I'm going to try to move to the decrepit graveyard. Which, well, I have to test Agility 3 first, because if I can't... If I fail, then I won't be able to move. I have to cancel the action. Diplomacy might be an option, but I somehow doubt it, Flower. 3-3. Yeah, sure. Okay, so Father Mateo races up into the hills, but the Pilgrim's Path sends him on a wrong turn. He ends up back near where he started, cursing his luck. So I will stay here with my last action.
Tend to loop back and forth.
Exactly. Okay, so now let's take a look at the enemy phase. Who moves? Where do they go? What do they do?
Everything moves.
Yeah.
Strayhead and the Headless hunt towards each other, actually.
Yeah, the dismembered hand moves towards the village, but ends up leaping out of the darkness at Mateo instead, who screams and stumbles backwards.
Yeah, and the headless stumbles into the church and attacks Father Mercer.
Yeah. What does it say here? It says, when an undead would attack, if it is ready and unengaged, it deals its damage and its horror to a villager at its location.
Yeah.
That is correct.
And the... well, poor little Ernie.
Oh, Ernie. Ruh-roh.
Horde of skeletons.
Yeah, it's not ideal, eh? He's in trouble, I think. Our good friend, little kid Ernie. He's not doing great.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, Mateo has to take an attack from the hand, which is coming in to get him. That's okay. Put it on the Priest of Two Faiths. So, yeah, Mateo is struggling to kind of kick away this horrible hand creature, while also getting ready to move a little further ahead to the graveyard. But that's it, right, for enemies? Yeah, so we go straight to upkeep. Where we draw cards, gain resources, and then we add a bless and a curse. Which I will, of course, be removing as soon as possible.
The more blesses you remove, the better.
Mm-hmm. At the beginning of the mythos phase, the head necromancer puts doom on its location. Then, during the place doom, we instead place a doom on the location that has a cultist that has the least doom. So we choose a location to gain a couple doom, or one more.
Graveyard, if you're going there, because
I
think I have to save a couple of villagers here.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure how it's going to shake out for Mateo yet, but I suppose we'll find out. Yeah, exactly, Flower. We just have to save at least one, right? Hopefully the police officer. And then that is that. So we will then draw encounter cards as we do. Mateo struggles to find his way out of the hills, and then finds himself in the shadow of evil. This is the bad one. This is deal a damage and a horror to a villager, or add one doom to the agenda. Feels bad. One doom feels really bad here. Not impossible. We can still pray if we have clues. But we can also afford...
Trader Joe, I think, is the safest currently, so... It's only fair for everyone to get hurt here.
Everyone's getting a little hurt. Yeah, no big deal.
Let's see. More hurt. As... Harry is frozen in fear.
Absolute worst.
Too many monsters, too many things. Everything is just filling up. First time you perform one of the following actions, move, fight, or evade each round, it costs one additional action. At the end of your turn, test brain tree.
Yes, correct, yeah.
If you succeed, discard frozen in fear.
So it cannot be removed manually, so to speak. You have to, at the end of your turn, just take a moment and you have to try to shake it off.
Yeah, I think I have a plan.
Well, I similarly have an idea. Did you want to start? Do you have a preference?
Did Frozen Fear only happen once still? Like, if I move and then fight?
Yeah, so yes, it only happens once from my understanding, although I can check. Maybe I should, just in case. But yes, because it's...
Oh yeah, one of the following actions.
That was, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Mary's just gonna steel herself and move to the waystone where she possibly hears this screams of a little kid.
Oh no.
So Nephthys and Mary rush over to the waystone, seeing a horde of skeletons surrounding this kid. And just Mary is just, or Nephthys is more like, hey, we are gonna play some hide and seek. You go hide in the marketplace and we'll come look for you right away. So, as action, use the... Or... Other option is to fire. Shoot at these things.
It is it would be annoyingly somehow it's an attack of opportunity to tell Ernie to get out of there, which you'd think it wouldn't be, right? But you should just
Oh
yell
yeah.
at him.
And Mary's just gonna start blasting the skeletons.
A classic.
Yeah. Well, with a shotgun, she saw the movie with Ash in it.
Oh, okay, the one that hasn't come out in 1920. Yeah. Right. That moving picture. I remember that one.
Yeah, she has this idea for a movie with some guy with a shotgun and possibly a chainsaw and
Yeah. Good one.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a 7 against 3 fight. Should be good, I think. Draw some blesses.
And this would be your last action. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So it gains a resource right away. It gains another resource right away.
And it's a success, and due to Winchester. Actually, I could cancel that -2 and draw again.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Would you need to?
With the custom modifications, I wouldn't need to, but I could get more blesses on Nephthys.
That's true.
Nah.
I think it's gonna die though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna die because the Winchester will deal 3 damage. So
Right, which normally would just so normally it would exhaust, and then we'd put a resource on it, and it would heal all of its damage. But each bless, right? Like we said, procced one of its Undyings, which is excellent. So yeah, so you're right.
Yeah. So seal those 2, and Marianne, Nephthys just go to town on these skeletons.
Excellent.
Bones and heads flying everywhere, and just like that. Just the 3 against 5. Frozen fear. There's that other bless, and -2, still a pass.
Very good. Well, defeating skeletons does tend to have that impact on people, I think.
Yeah, and Nephthys has 3 blesses. Excellent.
Excellent indeed.
Round.
I mean,
one keep saved.
Yeah, I think blowing up that skeleton definitely is helping the cause here. And now, Kid Ernie is once again safe. Hooray! Oh, unfortunately, I don't know if Father Mateo's kind of in exactly the same boat, but it's looking a little spooky, but we're going to do our best here. Father Mateo is going to head out again, just basically trying to... Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yes, I'll have to take an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I got a... Well, again, maybe not a plan. Maybe just a plan. But we'll move and test agility 3. So 3 to 3. And, well, I'll take the attack of opportunity. I'll put it on me. As a disembodied hand races after Mateo as he heads up the mountain. Curse... Elder Sign? Ooh, okay, I don't need the resources, so I will... Maybe I do, actually. Ooh, I don't know why this is such a, like, hard decision to make. I will indeed draw a card and gain a resource. Great. And now that we're here, there's another there's a strange head, and there's someone chanting in the graveyard itself, raising more bodies. The neat rows of headstones in various states of decay would be a lot less threatening if several graves were not surrounded by raw, excavated earth. A cold wind blows through the leafless trees, making the gnarled branches seem to reach out for you. Aha, and there's a haunted effect here. They should have been buried deeper. Haunted is sort of the retaliate of investigate actions. If you fail, it does a bad thing to you. Draw an encounter card from the top of the deck. Oh, man! Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. While there is a ready undead enemy at this location, cancel all damage dealt to cultists. Disappointing. If an investigator at this location has Gravedigger's Shovel, the graveyard gets -2 Shroud. That's actually quite cute. Quite cute. Ah, sigh. Not what I wanted, Crosshair.
Were you gonna blow them up?
We're still gonna try to blow him up. That's the plan. Father Mateo sees the hand creeping towards him, another head rolling on the ground. Further off, and protected by a strange shrouded bubble, a man chants and summons dark energy into the ground, raising more creatures from the mausoleum. Yes, second action. So second action, we're gonna play Storm of Spirits, which feels pretty intense. Maybe I should save this now, because it's pretty good against the Necromancer.
Also, you get rid of the stray head. Oh.
Yes, but not
Yeah,
not the cultist, not the Necromancer, unfortunately. But
yeah.
so I could just evade twice as well, or kick the stray head. That's probably not that good.
Undying 1 also.
Yeah. Well, I know this is a bit silly, but I was kind of just hoping to draw a bless. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible, right? We got lots of blesses in the bag.
Yeah, more than enough. I could also return 3 of the blesses to the bag, but I don't want to.
No. That feels like nice free damage to do, which is good. So, my question is just, do I save my Storm of Spirits? No, we can't. We can't live in that world. We have to just go for it. I'm gonna fight. We're using this massive Storm of Spirits. I'm fighting at 7-2. Father Mateo is gonna call down righteous fury onto the hands and heads that are present in the graveyard, and hope that it will deal with the Necromancer, but it won't. So 7-2. Okay, so not a bless. If it succeeds, it deals 3 damage to each enemy at your location, which is the hand and the head. They are Undying 1, so instead of taking damage, they disengage, they exhaust, and they each get a resource on them. And the Necromancer takes no damage. The last question is, my friend, do I just move? I could try to take on the head Necromancer myself.
Yeah, because that's the Doom Creator.
That's the bad one. Let's do it. I'm gonna move, and then I'm gonna hope that I'm just gonna hope that these guys aren't so bad. They're gonna head for the village, so meet me out here later. The pale stone of the mausoleum has withstood the ravages of time. A chill breeze escapes it, and you notice your breath fogging in the air as you draw near. Put the set-aside catacombs into play. No problem, if I can find it. Catacombs. I assume it's connected to the thing, yeah. You cannot enter catacombs. There must be a secret switch or an empty crypt with a ladder or something. So we can't get in there. Haunted. Discard a random card from your hand. Not as bad. Somewhere here there has to be a way to find the hidden lair. Investigators at this location spend 2 clues, flip catacombs to its revealed side. Okay, so if I get clues, I can do something about this. But I definitely want to try to undo the head necromancer ASAP. I don't know how, but we're going to see what we do.
Remove those dooms. Try to save the villager. It's quite fitting that Father Mateo goes for the head necromancer while Mario runs around town trying to save everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think they would all try to save everyone, but Mateo's 2 sides of his faith is telling him that, like, the reason they couldn't save Olive is because of that horrible blood necromancer, right? Back in the cave. They just have to get there. They have to do something. But that's it, right? That's it for us, I think?
Yeah.
So it comes around again to the enemy phase.
There's gonna be some damage on the Mercer.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Still alive.
He's still alive. This is good. This is very good, actually. And all of the necromancers are still chanting away, doing their thing, so we move straight to upkeep. No bad thing. No bad thing.
Oh, yes.
And then, I still haven't gotten rid of my Priest of 2 Fates. I will add a Bless and a Curse for us.
Oh, yes.
Which takes us to 10 Bless total and 8 Curse total. Just gonna get rid of some of those for us here, buddy-o. Promise. Bring us to the Mythos phase again. A Doom goes on the Necromancer's location, and then a Doom goes on the location that has the least Doom on it. Well, one of the Necromancers here, so I guess...
Actually... Which one can I get to?
You would need a clue to get to either, so that becomes the question.
Yeah, I need to get a clue, then I can go to one of them, so... Yeah, put it on the lower one, I guess.
Yeah, that's life for you. We're up to now 8 out of 13 Doom already, but some of this can be removed, which is good, as Mateo stares into the strange, massive crypt that is present in the graveyard, wondering whose tomb it is. I draw an encounter card. It's a skeleton. It spawns at a location with at least 1 Doom, a location with no undead enemies, if able. Which there is one. There's 2, actually. Closer to you or closer to the church, do you think?
Here would be good, because I plan on moving the kid.
Move the kid. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. More creatures emerge from the forest and start marching on the town. Exactly, weirdness. No lemonade here.
Rising dread. You don't say.
Yeah, basically, right?
So there's an omen of flying blackbirds and, of course, the undead hordes that are invading the town that gives this omen of dread. Let's for... If you fail, take 1 horror, discard gain surge. I'm not gonna pass that 4, so I'm gonna take a horror and... Yeah, I'm gonna take a horror and that gains surge. And it's a witch hunt.
Sure.
Damage on this gains surge. I mean... I could.
Yeah, you could just keep cycling through all of the options. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. 3 against 4. 2 damage to a villager is a lot of damage. Trader Joe could survive it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try it. 3 against 4. And I'll throw the bandolier away for 4 against 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
good. No bad thing. All right.
Seal. Thank you. And let's just seal that up.
Oh, pook, no. I mean, look, everyone loves a good pot of greed, but like, oh god, there's undead everywhere. They're everywhere! Hmm.
Right. Well, my plan is pretty simple. Move
Okay.
the kid to the market square because it seems like the best place.
Mm-hmm. Seems good.
Move back to the church and kill the headless.
Yeah, get him. Go get him.
But maybe you should go first just in case something bad happens.
Sure, yeah, I don't think I'm in a position to kill the necromancer this turn, unfortunately, but I can at least try to slow him down. What I really want is to draw into some more damage options. So I will start by drawing a card. Not particularly useful, but there you go. Second action, I'm going to draw another card. Okie dokie. And then last action, Father Mateo is essentially sneaking or creeping around the mausoleum, looking for a way into the catacombs, knowing that what they are trying to raise, the dead, there are many more of them below, and if they haven't come out yet, something is keeping them down there, and maybe he can assist in that process. I'm going to read the signs as my last action here at this location. So I am investigating the mausoleum. I'm adding my willpower, so I'm investigating at 8 to 4. Yep. It's a skull. -3. Good enough. Good enough. I discover, 2 doom, which become 2 clues. The head necromancer attacks me, unfortunately. But I'll kill off the priest.
Only 1. Damage on 1 horror only.
Yeah. I just need some more ability to get damage out, and then I can, I'll engage and I'll fight him as soon as I can. But I cleared a couple doom, so that's good.
Oh.
And that's it. And now I have clues to reveal the catacomb next turn. So that's something. That's me.
Now Neptus just tells the kid not to go hide and seek, but to get the bleepity bleep 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 out of here.
Oh, she's got a mouth on her, that Mary, doesn't she?
Or Neptus, actually. Well, job done. Safer. But yeah, moving with the hide and seek kid turn into the market square. Go.
Okay.
Second action. Head to the church, bust the door down.
As you do.
See a headless thing. And Father Mercer. Oh, Father, do you still think I'm a witch?
Classic.
And yeah, last action, fire. Straight up. Say hello.
To my little friend. Okay.
It's Undying, but if we draw a bless, that's a good thing. Still a hit. 7 against 2, but I'm gonna cancel it with the custom modifications.
Great. That seems good.
Yeah, let's do that. And draw again. Okay. 3, that's still a pass. Ow. Brain hurt.
No,
So it's a
you're good. Yeah,
pass.
yeah. The bless and curse cancel each other out, and you were 5 up. So yeah.
7.
Yes,
Actually.
you were at 7 to 2. So
Yeah.
you were exactly 5 up, and it's perfect.
Yeah, and Bless was revealed, so Winchester does 3 damage, and a Bless was revealed, so the Headless had a 1 Undying resource on
Right.
it.
Perfect.
So it dies?
It explodes. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just
So
does
the
its thing.
body crumbles to the ground as... yeah, well... And I'm actually going to use Neptus's ability to release 3 tokens back into the bag.
Mm-hmm. And you took the one, right, because you took the one that you just pulled
Yeah.
from the thing, right?
Yeah, so she has 2 still.
Pretty impressive stuff, I'd say.
Yeah. Oh. Well, that went like I planned.
No bad thing.
On to the next.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing is like, it's like any good zombie movie, right? Can Mateo and Mary outlast the infinite hordes? And the answer is no. Like, there's just, they're going to keep coming forever. But can we get to the source of the problems before we run into too much trouble? This is the question. Indeed, in the mythos phase, yeah. So the stray head is heading towards the villagers. The dismembered hand is also heading towards the villagers.
Oh, right. I'm gonna have some friends.
Yeah, they've got their one resource token on them at least, so just a nice good kick will send that stray head well out into the forest again.
Yeah. And at least there's no more body for it to roll to.
Yeah, that's true too. That's a good point. So then we go to upkeep. Yeah. Ah, come on, man. I've got a pretty thick deck, I suppose. Which is probably what's happening here. Whee! Ugh. Weirdness, I think it's terrifying, but I like it. Oh, and then we add just a bless, but unless we're full? Can't remember.
Yep.
Right, we are
10
full up.
blesses.
Yep. Okay, and no curses required, so we go straight to upkeep, where the head necromancer places a doom back on the mausoleum. Then, another doom is added to... I don't know.
Yeah.
This location, sure. It's all going to be pretty bad news pretty soon, I think. So we're up to 8 again out of 13. As Mateo looks longingly towards the catacombs and then back at the head necromancer like, I gotta deal with this guy. Ominous chanting.
Ah, cool.
So remove a resource from each undead enemy. This card gains surge, or add a doom to the agenda. Actually, yep, go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, you could just remove the resources, because I think I'm still good with them. There's so many blesses that I think we might be able to handle it.
Right. I'm hoping to also... Well, I could also try to get around this one, but I feel like there's worse treacheries that I might need to...
Let's just... It's a bit of a waste of the spell, but... Better. Better to remove the resources, I feel.
Okay. Alright, so the chanting brings strength to the creatures that are approaching. This gains surge, and it surges into a stray head. Classic. It spawns at a location with at least one doom, with no undead enemies if possible. I'm gonna put him... I might just put him over here again.
Yeah, like... Let the heads roll.
Yeah, let the heads just roll into town, right? Excuse me. And then that's me. Yeah, there we go.
And back at the church, there's some crispy hands. Because, of course, the undead are not only the ones we see on board, they're like everywhere. Like we can see here. There's like
Yes,
undead
they are
there,
indeed all over the place. Yeah.
and there and there. But yeah, we've seen
yet,
this
Sarah.
before. Agility 3 against agility 3, I think. Yep. Oh, if I fail, I take damage. Bless, thank you. That's -1. So that's that.
Okay.
No
good.
damage. Just Neptus mainly kicking the hands back.
Oh, they have the best brains at Trader Joe's. Very good.
Maybe Neptus's cat that I think we named Max.
Yep, I like that.
It's just scratching away at the hands as they come into view.
Ugh. I mean, I do like it. I do like it.
Oh, right. Magic also prey. Urge ability.
Yeah, not right now, unfortunately, though. As it says,
why
if you are
not?
not at, well, I'll let you have a look there. If you are not at Agenda 1A, spend a clue to pray.
Oh, spend a clue. Yeah.
Which is nice. I think it gives us an ability to, like, if we're going out and finding out things, then we can then spend those that knowledge. But
Yeah,
unfortunately, we don't have any.
Not quite yet.
Yeah.
Well, at least Neptus has the 3 blesses.
Yep, that's good. So that's good for some free pings.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like if I go up to the waystone to get some clues, I could shoot at the skeletons, maybe throw blesses, and in the worst case, Neptus could tag them with one more resource if needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, the likelihood of pulling off like another 2 bless in 1 attack kind of thing, but it's happened before. It could happen again. Nephthys could also just push them away for a turn if you wanted some breathing room to do other stuff, but don't know what that other stuff is.
They don't attack, right?
Sorry, yes, I think your question is what happens if they've been killed, quote unquote?
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, when an enemy with Undying has fewer than X resources on it, disengage it from each investigator, exhaust it, remove all damage from it, and place a resource on it. So they would be, it's as if they're evaded, but fully healed.
So basically, if I move in Neptus tags them, then I don't take any damage in the enemy turn.
Correct, yeah, because they'd be exhausted until upkeep, yeah.
Yeah, and in upkeep they would engage me, but not do damage. So.
Right, correct, yeah, even better.
Yeah, that would give me the time to try and get the clues. I don't have many ways to get the clues, but...
Always a bit of a trouble, isn't it?
It's a 3-on-3 still, so... Yeah, I think that's my plan.
Because what's the other plan, right? Like, run out and try to kick around a bunch of other zombies. Maybe go and engage the necromancers that you can reach. That's the other possibility, right? But then it feels far away to do that.
Yeah, the policeman at least will only take 2 horror from the head when it comes in, but because the gatehouse
Mm-hmm.
Stops the
damage.
one damage.
That first damage from the hand. Yeah, that's very true.
So it'll survive. So, yeah, I'm gonna go to the waystone and try to get clues.
Great. Sounds like a plan.
Well, let's just do it. So Mary is, after saving Father Merson, you're welcome, by the way, runs back to the waystone where Neptus is just gonna let loose at the skeletons straight away.
Okay.
Disengaging them.
Excellent. So I imagine a number of them fall beneath Neptus's bow, but they just keep kind of pushing forward. They just keep coming.
Yeah, and there's something about this waystone that just attracts skeletons, it seems.
It's a strange place of power, certainly.
And I guess I'll just try 3 against 3. 3 against 2, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nothing to it. No, go back. 3 against 2. Not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh. Attempt was made.
It was indeed. Unfortunately, Father Mateo's kind of in the same boat. He can see this, this powerful sorcerer, essentially, out behind the mausoleum, continuing to chant and summon. And while I desperately want to be able to do something about it, I don't have any damage in hand, so I probably should just keep drawing for that. What I am going to do first, though, I'm going to spend 2 clues to flip Catacombs to its revealed side, because I want to know what's in there. What I'm hoping is in there, Crosshair, is some sort of, piece of information that lets us, defeat all the cultists. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But probably not. Oh! The Catacombs, a labyrinth of tunnels, hides the Lich's treasure. Uh-oh. 6 shroud, 1 clue, victory 2. Haunted, take a horror, so if you fail, take a horror. If there are no clues on this location, an investigator at this location may put the set-aside phylactery into play under their control. Group limit once per game. That is interesting, because I don't know what the phylactery does. Of course.
No, same as with the resonating stone.
That's it, right? We're just not sure what these things do. They're set aside, so I guess, in theory, I guess one could look at them, but it doesn't feel like... That doesn't feel
right.
Particularly appropriate here, yeah. Can I succeed at that test? Maybe.
If you put your mind to it. Or actually your book to it.
Actually, your book to it, yeah. Haunted, take a horror. That's not the worst. I would be putting a bunch into it. Let's do it. I'm leaving the head necromancer behind another turn, and I am terribly sorry. But the hope is that this isn't something that can be... My hope is that we can figure this out. Father Mateo ventures stealthily past the sorcerer in the graveyard, down a hidden staircase that opens up and descends before him, spiraling down further and further. And once he's in the catacombs themselves, he's going to take a deep breath and try to search out the truth. I'm going to commit a wild icon to go to 4, and then I'm going to commit 4 wild icons to go to 8. Add a curse. 8 to 6. 8 to 6. It's the best I can do for now. Wish me luck. Curse.
Now get that bless.
That's, hey baby. Cultist? Uh-oh. Ah! This is -2. If the test fails, place a doom on a location with a cultist. So, actually exactly what I don't want. I will place a doom. Oh, who cares? It doesn't matter.
I'm probably gonna go there, but I'm not sure of how well I'll be able to clear those anyway, so...
This is a bit of an issue, yeah. I'll put it here at the mausoleum for now and see what I can do. Damn, too bad. Maybe I'll be able to sneak this clue off some other way. Oh well, that's me. Too bad.
Oh.
Enemies? What's happening?
9 out of 13, so... yeah.
Yes, sorry. What were you were gonna say something.
And this one advances.
Right.
But yeah, that's 2 horror on the policeman as a head and a hand roll over.
Ugh. These creatures that seem to be assaulting the village are coming in sort of like little bits for now. They're not necessarily all fully formed. This is the problem with raising the dead. It's sort of an imperfect process. Not everyone is still whole after they die. Thelia, hello and welcome back. How goes? Okay. I feel like there's a lot of people summoning a lot of dead around here, and I'm a little concerned we're not going to be able to take them down in time. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. That's it for enemies then. You in upkeep will... That's okay. That's good.
There's the skeletons.
You get the skeletons, exactly. And we add a... we add a bless from Mary's ability, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we go to mythos. Cool.
Ooh, I pulled something really nice.
That's good. The head necromancer continues to chant as it grows more powerful over time, making what was I going to say here? Just kind of bringing more and more power to the dead as they continue to rise. As we go back to encounter cards.
This is our
Sorry?
last turn before advancement.
Yeah, and I mean, there's just very little to do, right? I mean, I could move back, take an attack by trying to clear some clues, or trying to clear some doom. Killing things doesn't remove the doom on their location, so it's just it was a bit too slow. I didn't have enough damage on me.
I can get us one more turn with the church if I can manage to get a clue.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. I'm going to take a free trigger right now to...
You need to go first anyway. So.
Yes, I do, but I think... Is there a free trigger window here? No, there is not, so I will draw my encounter cards first. Rotting remains, that's fine. Down here in the catacombs, obviously, there are indeed bodies that have rotted away just to skeletons, but some have not yet fully lost their flesh. I'm going to throw in a guts to go 7 to 3. Bless. -1. I'll draw a card. That's your blessy doodah there. But a success! Father Mateo takes a deep breath and is able to move past it.
And where am I? Paystone. I'm assuming more skeletons. No, dissonant voices.
Sure.
Which is fine.
Okay.
But the voices, or screams rather.
Yes. Far too many screams for my liking.
That's it. No, that's fine. Fine. Yeah. So if you take your turn, I might get 2 blesses, and then...
And then that would be very useful for you, yeah.
Neptune can do her thing.
That's it. I'm still contemplating what I can do about... Because, obviously we want to get rid of this necromancer. It probably won't be this turn anyway. And then what happens next turn, right? After the agenda advances, they're going to resurrect some horrible beast, I guess? Anyway, I'm going to start by tempting fate. I'm going to add as many curses as I can. So 2. to take us to 10. Then I'll add as many blesses as I can, which is 2, to take us to 10. I draw a card. That's okay. Damn it. Not quite what I wanted. And then I'm going to fast play Favor of the Moon and seal 3 curses on it. That at least gives me some degree of, like, you know, hoping to succeed here. The phylactery would be the best. I don't know what it does. I just hope it's at all useful. Let's draw a card. Oh, now we're getting somewhere, Crosshair. Fast. Play Favor of the Sun. Seal 3 blesses. Here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Because then... Ooh, okay. Yes, good. Second action. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to investigate and reveal... I mean, here. Yeah, it's very fancy. But Father Mateo, down in the catacombs, finds himself looping back on the same entrance over and over again. It's a labyrinth down here. So he stops, falls to his knees, places his hand against the cold stone wall, and simply cries out to his gods that he wants to save the world. Please give him the power to save the world. The darkness is absolute, but so is the light. I will remove the curse. You can seal the bless if you so choose.
Yes.
And I will automatically succeed at investigating this location. Which means I'll get the clue, find, and then action. I may put the set aside phylactery under my control. The darkness is absolute, and then the light shining down the stairs is a brilliant gold, pushing further and further down into the catacombs, helping Father Mateo see off in the distance a small room containing something. It is cold to the touch, your hairs stand on end, and you feel as if your vitality is being sucked into the thing. Forced. Uh-oh. While this card is in your hand or in play under your control, why would it be in my hand? No, okay, it's fine. I'll figure that out later. Treat the Lich as if you were its prey instead, and while hunting, the Lich moves twice. Free trigger. You take it! Put this card into play under the control of another investigator at your location. Here! And then you play hot potato with it. Action. Test. Combat plus agility 10. Smash it. If you're successful, proceed to resolution 5. Double action. Test will and intellect 8. Perform a cleansing ritual. If you're successful, proceed to resolution 5.
Interesting, because we basically have the same abilities to clear either of those.
Yeah, exactly. Although I will say, the paradoxical covenant and the bless and the curse, and like it's definitely doable for me to pass one of these if this is what we want to do. If we want to, we don't know what the phylactery is really, but
so yeah, basically as a last action you can smash it if we are about to lose the campaign.
Yes, that's correct. And then hopefully that doesn't, like, you know, just
It's
doom
a
us to more
resolution.
horrible, exactly, doom us to more horrible problems. But there you go.
But yeah,
I pulled 1 bless.
there's a resolution. I mean, resolution 5. So
Yeah, and then same thing for the cleansing ritual. So maybe, well, either or, right? We'll have to see. But
yeah,
that's me. That's my turn.
Yeah, I only have 2 blesses.
Not quite enough.
Quite enough. Guess it's time to fire once again. Yeah. I used the gun once. That's like, yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, you've killed 2 things with it. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I can't play events or. So let's fire at these skeletons and see what we can do. It's the same. 7 against 3. Blam blam.
Mm-hmm.
Undying 2 means that they'll come back right after if I don't get a bless on this one.
Correct. Well, it would only be 1 damage anyway, so you are correct as well. It's
Yeah.
Bless is a good thing here for sure.
Custom modification trigger and again.
Okie dokie.
And a -5. You may choose to automatically succeed this skill test and add 2 curse tokens to the chaos bag. Because that adds a resource, so it will die.
Mm-hmm.
And I succeed anyway.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, you were, I think, again, 4 up. So 2 more up puts you at 6, and then -5. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're still over. Feels right.
Yeah. Cool. So, seal that place there, and
blow up a baddie.
Another baddie down. Now then, I need that clue. Means it's a 3-shroud location. I'm gonna release the tokens on Neptus.
Okay. Seems good.
Yeah.
To have
Just
more of a chance of success.
Yeah. And I'm gonna add Guardian Angel into this.
Yeah.
That's
Ouch.
3 on 3. And should I? You need that clue not to advance. Yeah. So going reliable on it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 1 up. I have 1 more, but it's gonna bite me in the ass if I do it.
I see. Okay.
I have 1 more. Actually, no, I have 2 actions left, so this has to be it.
Yeah, this is action 2. You're right.
So yeah, so I'm currently 1 up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all or nothing, I guess. I'll throw deny existence into it as well.
Yeah, because I know you have some clue-getting tools, but I guess not on you right now, and you can't play them anyway because of the dissonant voices.
So 2 up, trying to get 1 clue. Oh, but an action to use the clue anyway.
Yes, you wouldn't be able to get back and use it. Yeah, unfortunately. This turn, I mean.
Oh well, I'll just still use it. 2 up. That's 0. That's 0.
You said you were 2 up, right? Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Excellent. So I get the 1 clue. Which means I could move to the hidden trail. Or move to the church and then next turn remove a doom, but there won't be any doom on the current agenda.
That's right, yeah, because we're going to, I believe, place a doom from the head necromancer, and then place another one from the agenda, which would take us to 13, if I'm not mistaken, and then we would
Yeah, we're
we could
gonna
advance after that.
advance.
Yeah.
So, while the dead are advancing, or I could go to try and save the policeman. That's actually not a bad
Yeah,
thing.
it would
because
engage
we have
you instead of it. One of
Yeah.
them would.
Oh, right. And the police won't die to the dismembered hand. The stray head will do too. That's fine. Yeah. I'm gonna try to save everyone.
No, definitely not.
Desperate attempt to try and save the people of the town, I guess.
Seems like a good thing to do, right? Like, I think for Mary to try.
Ooh.
Yep.
So
Yep.
the stray head can be removed by the policeman, or actually attacked, by using the policeman's fast activity.
Absolutely, yeah. He's defending the town by taking some, I guess, pot shots at the head.
Rolling head.
Good, really exciting, yeah.
And but that does mean that the dismembered hand engages me.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could
No.
also use the ability on the hand if you'd prefer.
I'd rather not take 2 horror.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So then there you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, so the hand engages you and will deal you a damage, and yeah, you're right. You're right. Seems good with Mary and this copper just kind of firing at all these zombies as they go.
And next turn, the policeman can defend the town again against the head and get
Hooray.
rid of it. Yeah.
Which is good, definitely.
Okay.
Good. So in the enemy phase, I'm just looking to see if there's any other... there is another head, actually. You're currently engaged with an enemy. So,
Oh,
that's too bad.
enemy.
Down blast. Them stray heads. Unless you have enough on Nephthys. Nope, never mind.
No. Yeah, because it's a shambler as well. Yeah. Well, can't be helped.
Nope, can't save everybody. A scream, I guess, a cry of pain as the policeman is overwhelmed by zombies. Now it says, if this card would be discarded due to damage or horror, flip it over instead. Actually, hang on, because it also says defeated.
Yes, discarded means flip it over. It's like...
Classic.
Yeah.
Yep, sure. Formerly known as... Wait, what was his name? He's a 2/3/2 undead humanoid monster who's also a shambler, preys on the nearest villager. Whoa, look at all these zombos. They're everywhere. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. A little spicy.
It's gonna be interesting for sure.
What was that, Crosshair?
Be interesting.
I think so. As we move to upkeep. Draw our cards, gain our resources. I don't remember how many blesses we have. We are probably full up. Yes, we are, as near as I can tell. So no bless at the time.
Oh,
Yep. Go
we can check by... Nope, not adding any.
ahead.
And dissonant voices goes away.
As we said, of course, as well, we are adding Doom to locations. I'll put this guy over here, I guess.
Yeah.
Which then, of course, causes us to advance the agenda. Disappointingly, but perhaps understandably. When Doom would be removed from locations when this agenda advances, remove all but one from each location instead.
Okay.
So, if you don't mind doing that, or starting that process, I'll do it as well. We're removing all but one. So, you know, that's something.
It's something, all right.
Agenda 2B, Rise of the Lich. The cries and chants rise up into a crescendo, followed by a long, terrible silence. You're too late. If the catacombs are not in play, spawn the set-aside the Lich enemy at the catacombs.
Lacumbe.
The Lich, the king of the dead, I guess not famously necessarily, but Lothal the Dark. He once had ambitions of world domination. For now, he'll start with you. 5 combat, 8 health, 4 evade. He's a massive hunter with Undying 4. That's fun. The Lich ignores the forced ability on Agenda 2A and 3A, which I will check, but I think that's the ability that says it deals damage to villagers, so it ignores that. Forced. When it attacks, it deals its damage and horror to each villager at its location. But of course it's here for now. Oh, God, I love these cats. November 2020. What a time. All right. Unfortunately, of course, this is Father Mateo. Oh, hi, Kung Fu Fenris. Welcome to Doomed, where we have just summoned a Lich into existence. And I'm joined by the Crosshair.
Oh. Luckily we have his phylactery, so...
Yes, of course. Agenda 3A, the next wave. Oh, sorry, no. If the investigators are at Agenda 3, immediately advance. Okay, well, I'll read 3A first. While facing the horrible attacks of the Lich, you can sense the machinations of the cultist who yet live. It's the same forced effect. Don't place Doom. Place a Doom on a location containing a cultist. If there are no cultists, we kind of hunt for cultists. When an undead enemy would attack, it deals its damage and horror to a villager. And then if there are no villagers in play, proceed to Resolution 1.
Yeah, and when Doomed would be removed, this gives me the idea that this is a repeat.
I think so, possibly. I don't know what it would do other than maybe spawn more undead.
Yeah. That stuff.
We also have to immediately advance to Act 2B. You're too late to stop the cultists from raising their undead master. Now you'll have to find some way of stopping the Lich himself. The stories mentioned he was once defeated at the old cathedral. Also, the catacombs where he arose may hold some secret. Act 3A. Stop the Lich. The necromancers have succeeded in raising their Dark Lord. He's powerful, maybe unstoppable, but he must be stopped. Is there perhaps another way to banish him? It's the same effect about Doom is kind of like Clues in terms of taking control of them and stuff. And then objective, if the Lich is added to the victory display. Advance. It's just wild. It's encounter card time, is what it is, actually. That's that's the next part.
Yep.
And then I have a plan. Yeah. I have a
resolution.
I have a plan that I really want to take on here. Let's draw my encounter card first. Dissonant Voices. Of course, the Lich's scream erupts from within the catacombs, bouncing off of every wall and shattering the bones inside Father Mateo's skull.
And at town gates where there's a plethora, let's say, of undead currently, there's the rising dread around.
Yeah, sure.
Makes sense.
Makes sense, he says.
I'm gonna take a horror and it'll gain search. Grasping Hands. Cool. So there's dread, there's a lot of undead, and a lot of grasping hands.
They're trying to pull you down with them, right?
Yeah. So it's a 3-on-3 test. -1. Okay. 1 damage. Cool.
So, What do we think? Where are we at in terms of this cluster of, the necromancers continue to summon, the lich continues to stride towards the village, the zombies are sort of like taking the villagers for some of their own.
The thing is that we are at 4 out of 6 doom. Will be advancing next turn.
Immediately, yeah, exactly.
And while Nephthys and Mary fight at the gates of the town, and most of the townsfolk are protected currently, it's a losing battle.
Yeah, the hordes of undead are indeed pretty terrifying.
They shamble and they're undead, and just too many of them.
There's just too many.
I think I know what you're gonna do, but are you going to? Well, I'll let you handle this.
Well, I want to know, in terms of our story coming all this way, this phylactery is obviously the object that the Lich King desires, right? Like the Lich King. It's not World of Warcraft. The Lothal the Dark is back from the dead once again to try to sort of command the powers of the dead to take over the world. This thing is what he's looking for. Father Mateo could try to cleanse it, or he could just throw it on the ground and smash it and break the spell.
Yeah, like all the undead gathering and rising, it seems to come from this phylactery. And I'm not gonna speak to Father Mateo, but Mary once told him that if there used to be a saying in the army that if you do the same thing over and over again, so sometimes taking the more extreme action to end the loop is the only way to solve things.
Yeah, Father Mateo recalls these words, right? The sense of sometimes the best way forward is through, is like you say, it's you sometimes have to break the cycle. Thinking of his religious beliefs, everything he's seen in terms of Nephthys and the old gods, thinking of the creatures of the undead in front of him, even if they're not drawing their power directly from the phylactery, the thing he holds in his hands, he needs to take decisive action. I agree, Crosshair. If you'll allow me, I'm going to do this, because I don't know what it's going to do.
Me neither, but we've been here before.
You're not wrong. I'm going to test one action, so I'm going to take an attack of opportunity, 2 damage, 2 horror. I'm going to... Father Mateo raises the phylactery up into the air, whispers a quick prayer to both of his gods, and hurls it at the wall behind him. As it flies through the air, so I'm going to reveal a curse. Then I'm going to reveal a bless. And I'm going to use Paradoxical Covenant. As the phylactery flies through the air, the darkness within suddenly bursts into a brilliant golden flame as it explodes against the wall. Proceed to Resolution 5, my friend. Fingers crossed. The phylactery shatters, and you hear a terrible scream, like the veil of life and death being torn apart. A cold gale blasts over the woods. You hold on to anything you can as the bones and limbs of the undead rip apart and scatter in the wind. Moments later, the wind dies to be replaced by an utter calm. You take a deep breath and steady yourself. It is done. The players are completely victorious. Move each face-up villager card to the victory display. We earn victory X. If we purified the cathedral, we earn 2 more experience, but I don't know. I don't know what that is. In player order, each investigator may choose one of the following cards to add to their deck: Cracked Phylactery, Holy Book of Malrune, and Resonating Stone. A Kid Ernie, Runaway, can be added to the list of cards. So there are 4 cards to choose, which I think is, not necessarily something we have to do right now, but it's kind of fun. Where are they, though? Oh, God. Whatever. Have to find them later.
Yeah. I think because Mary and Nephthys went to so much trouble to saving Ernie, he might become kind of like a... he was the son of the police officer who sadly fell in the raid, so Mary felt the need to... Well, this kid has some potential. He survived a skeletal army, so he might be a future investigator in the making, and takes him back to the church.
Just looking to see if I can actually... They don't seem to be in the set aside for some reason, which is weird, but... Which is specifically quite unfortunate, actually. Oh. Huh. Oh, there's a holy book.
No.
Oh, well. Okay.
The resonating stone was a bit...
Yeah. Huh. Okay, well, we'll... I like that. I think Father Mateo would probably keep the Cracked Phylactery as a reminder of him and Mary having taken decisive action against the realm of the dead. I like Weirdness's point. R.I.P. police guy. If only you'd kept your head at bay. Yeah, R.I.P.
And the phylactery might be used in the future when possibly the dead rise again.
Well, that's it. They know that they're going to have to train more people to in the knowledge that they now hold. But for now, Mateo and Mary can rest easy knowing the Brotherhood's plans have been foiled. For now.
Yeah. But basically, the ending scene will be Father Mateo picking up a broken phylactery and Nephthys and Mary trying to console a crying kid that's crying over the dead father policeman's corpse, and the town being partly in fire, and like the classic camera rises up to show a rising sun in the horizon.
No, I love that. Do you think the kid melted Mary's cold heart at all? Do you think she'll be a little less, I don't know, sweary in the future?
Possibly. And can't say the same for Nephthys, of course.
No, of course.
Who, when the sun rises and the dead are gone, has also disappeared again somewhere.
She's only ever here to help. You know?
Yeah.
She has to continue hunting for Bast, it would appear.
Yeah, there's still some, as they say in the Nancy Drew books, where Nephthys goes, we might never know, but she will know when she discovers the mystery.
The secret, the secret of the pyramids or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Weirdness is correct. It is indeed one of those. The end? ... question mark? Right for a sequel. And this...
We won!
Yay! So this brings us to the end of Father Mateo and Sister Bloody Mary in the Endtimes. And congratulations to the Crosshair. Indeed. We won this strange campaign of things that we kind of just threw together. But it was definitely a cool time and a cool story. Perhaps a little disjointed, but fun all the same, for sure.
It was mainly a idea that we had and just threw together and went with by the seat of our pants, and it actually worked out.
Yeah. I mean, it does work out sometimes. It's been a lot of fun.
Strikers said it really well.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, we just got pretty blasted as we continued through is all. But, again, it worked out in the end, and they saved the world, or at least part of the world.
The town. Possibly the world.
Possibly the world. I think so. I like to think so. But this brings us to the end of this Doomed campaign, so I have to do my usual post Doomed sign off. But I'll just thank you, Crosshair, first and foremost, for joining me on this very strange journey.
But of course, anytime.
Perfect.
Most likely in the future again.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think there's going to be more Doomed in the future. There will be, as well, as I should always say, there's always streams throughout the week. As Crosshair mentioned before, the Discord is the best place to find out about them. I know, for example, my usual Tuesday night is not available. Or it's available to somebody else. I won't be here. So, oh my god, an old guy with lots of syphilis. No, that's a quote. But there are streams throughout the week. Specifically, I want to highlight Avatar Legends: The Mirror Scale. We have another session tomorrow on RPG Clinic. We've been having an absolute blast with that. Next week should be, other than my missing stream, should be relatively normal. I think there's going to be Punchy. There's going to be more Drew Crew. But what does this channel's future hold? I'm not sure exactly. There's a solo campaign in the works. There's probably more Twoomed in the works. And I still want to see if I can figure out a way to stream the other storyboard game that I have without having to do a huge setup in my other room, because it's super annoying and it won't work. But maybe right here on my desk, we can see what we can do. So, plans are afoot. If nothing else, I'm sure you can expect more Arkham Horror, the card game, on Doomed. And that just about does it for us for tonight. That's it. A real horrible cursed quote to end on, which we love that here, for sure.
Yeah. Remember, fail forward.
Fail forward. That's what we do here on Doomed. And that's what we're going to keep doing as we head off into the sunrise. I should have ended that in a slightly different way, but it's okay. We're heading off into the sunrise. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of the evening, afternoon, nighttime, morning, wherever you are around the world. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time on Doomed.
Bye.